All right, Tuesday, event week. Um, some things that are different, some things that are the same. We'll go over the first one. Okay, so now they're giving us killer skills and letting us know what's going to be super effective, partially effective, and the least effective. Chaotic and noble. So chaotic is what's going to be this week's uh, ultimate form card, and noble will be the previous event's ultimate form card. Nobody in this guild is going to have the previous uh, ultimate form. I didn't see anybody that had that particular card. So, but the new one is very, very feasible. The next one is Ascended Wardens. We are now going to ultimate form basically Ascended Wardens. They're going to be up to 3 pink stars. Um, it's going to take a lot to get there, but this is for people who are doing severe GVG. Um, this is going to further their ability to be more competitive and make it harder for them to be killed. And that's what's going to be offered during the Overkill collection is to help ascend your wardens. Uh, so they're now going to start offering a blue relic for GVG. And then the chance for 3 rune jackpot. In tier 1 and tier 2 of the Master Ultra Rare pack, you have a chance of getting up to 3 runes per tier as a jackpot on the first and second tier. I can tell you right now, I didn't hit it. And then this week, they're allowing us to keep the Master Card and Ultra Rares. Keep that in mind. Also, keep the Chaotic and Noble Killer in mind when we go over this. Okay, so we'll start with the events. First and foremost, we'll go down here and start with the support card. So this is going to be exactly like the Dinosaur Commander deck. Except instead of calling Smoldering, it's going to be called Overflow. And once the Overflow is complete, it'll heal for 2,000% recovery. This will double the Ultra Rares, the Master Collection card, the Ultimate Form card, and the Event card's ability to spawn Power Gems. So, a must have. We'll create water gem at the start of the next 3 turns. On the 4th turn, we'll create 5 water gems. And if there's 100 or more skill points, we'll apply the overflow status. Once that overflow status is applied, boom, you activate all your other cards, and boom, you'll have a board full of power gems. Dispels Weaken. Just reduces the amount of power you're able to pull out. Can be a pain in the butt, but is definitely survivable. Then we'll go ahead. Now we'll go back in here so I can flip back and forth easier. Where is he at? There he is. So here's the event card. He will create. I'm sorry, wrong one. That's the master card. Let's go a little further down. My apologies. There's the event card. So create 4 water gem 1s. His effect is doubled while under the overflow buff. Every 5 turns can do this. He will dispel poison. Poison's a pain in the ass. Every time you do a turn, it takes a little bit of damage from you. I really wish they start giving you higher than Power Gem 1s. I wish it would have been like creates 8 Power Gem 1s, and if it's the overflow, it would create 8 Power Gem 2s. It would upgrade the Power Gems instead, but Instead, we're just doubling. So, and it is what it is. Then we'll get to the ultra rare. This is where things are getting dicey. We'll create one Power Gem 2 at the start of the next 3 turns. On the first turn, we'll create 3 Power Gem 2s. If there's 50 or more skill points, we'll apply an overflow status for 1 turn and heal for 3,000%. So basically, it requires half as much skill points to create the overflow, and it's creating Power Gem 2s on the board as you keep going, and then once the overflow's been applied, then boom, you can start doing, all your other Power Gems. And of course, Chaotic Killer does not increase any type of skill points. Fear, most of you have dealt with this before. This is a pain in the ass buff to deal with. Don't like it. Can't stand it. And that's the reason why I said pay attention to the fact that if you do get the Ultimate Form card, you get to keep this, because we'll get to that here in a second. And then the Master Collection card is just like the other. We'll create 4 Power Gem 4s, doubled under the overflow effect, and we'll create 8. After every third attack increases water commander intensity by 30%. You're not going to really notice that. That's not that much of an increase. And then this one also will help dispel poison, so you're going to have 2 cards to help dispel poison. Now, when you create the Ultimate Form, unlike the last event, you are not going to keep both counters. You get just the one. Poopy pants. That's why I'm glad they're letting us keep the Master Collection card and the Ultra Rare, is because now you will be able to have the Ultra Rare on your team to help you create or dispel the fear. We'll create 1 Power Gem 2 for the next 3 turns. On the 4th turn, we'll create 3 Water Gem 2s. And since this only now has been changed to a 4-turn cooldown, once you've activated this card, that's where this is going to get dicey. You're going to want to get the 9 gems back on it, so that way on the 4th turn, when the overflow is turned on, you can turn this back on and we'll create 8 Power Gem 4s. So if you have 1 event card, 1 ultra rare, 1 Master Collection card, 1 Ultimate Form card, and 1 support card. If my math is serving me correctly, as long as you're not going up against an Ultimate Chaotic Killer, that is going to be almost a board completely full of Power Gems. That's a lot of Power Gems. Now, to help get everything up faster, honestly, since this is going to dispel poison, you could almost drop the event card and run 2 support cards, or even run the support card from the previous event. Or if you really wanted to be a smartass and really have a lot of Power Gems, where is she? You can run this guy to help get the put 4 Power Gem 1s on the board, and he also will put that constricted on there, which will allow you to put more damage up against them. That is a possibility. And then the other one would be the Master Collection card from the previous event, and she'll create up to 6 Water Gem 4s as long as you're maxed out at 300 skill points. So that'll put a lot more Power Gem 4s on the board too, so that might be another possibility for you to think about. I do like how they say there's no power creep, because level maxed for the previous one and level 1 for the new one, the stats are identical. And I've added nothing to this card. So, yeah. These cards are getting up and up and up and up and up. It is ridiculous. Yeah. So that is your new event deck. Now, as I said, keep up, because there's Ultimate Chaotic Killers, and then there is Noble Killers. The reason why I say, yeah, 200, 400, 1400. Who's going to pay for that? The reason why I say that's so important is because I'm going to be trying something entertaining this event. We're going to see how a Slayer deck does on a Commander event. The reason why, that's an Ultimate Chaotic Killer. That's an Ultimate Noble Killer. Which means they're still going to create that special gem. This deck still puts out... I've noticed Slayer decks put out more power than Commander decks. I've never seen a Commander deck, even one of mine with an Ultimate Form card, where I've ever seen a card have 1 trillion on it. But I have on the Slayer decks. So I'm wondering if there's enough power out of these that these will actually do the overkills. I'm going to try it, especially since I'm not going to be able to have the Noble Killer. And this is the Noble Killer. And I'm going to try and get it on the Ultra Kill bosses. I'm going to see if this works. We're going to test it out. And since Ultra Kill and Overkill bosses have no counters, it is absolutely irrelevant. So, for anybody who has cards, any of these cards, give it a try. See what happens. I know I have enough power gems that get spawned here that it's not even funny. So I'm not too concerned. And I can get up to my 150 in 2 turns. So this is going to be entertaining right here. We're going to see how this works. Other than that, that's pretty much the deck. So, Fire Commander deck that was all about the dinosaurs. Just now it's a blue form. So we're starting to see a repeat. Next event will be Dark Slayer. Real Dr. Green, you're the only one that's going to get the original previous Ultimate Form card from that event that I can see. So you're going to have a leg up on that one. We will see what that next event brings. Let's see. Dark Slayer, if my memory is serving correctly, this one is doing this guy as the event. I hated this event. I never did get this card up to 6 stars. I got rid of it. And this is just proof that as long as you've ever had the card, then you automatically get the rune for it. Same with this card right here. I have had it, did not keep it, got rid of it. And this one I have had it, didn't keep it, got rid of it. and yet I still got all the runes for it. So you do not have to keep the cards. Once you get them up to at least a 5-star, you will be guaranteed to get the runes. Counter skills, armor. So for the next event, if my memory serves me correctly, for Dark Slayer at a Gen 2 should be this guy right here. So, and I don't know what the other cards will be. They're pretty random. Next after that will be Green Commander. I don't think it will be the Gemfall deck. If I remember correctly, it should be this one right here, which was a nuke deck. Then after this should be... This is where things started getting screwed up and everything got out of whack, and that's when this mage deck started coming into play and threw everything out of whack, because you have the Red Slayer deck, and then you should have ended with a Red Commander deck, but we did not. The Halloween deck was the end of the cycle, and it was a Red Slayer deck again, because that mage deck threw everything out of whack. Because the next blue Slayer deck wasn't a blue Slayer deck, it was a blue Commander deck, which is that one right there, which that'll be your event card for the blue Commander deck. So be interested to see how things go, because everything did get kind of twisted. If they do Green Commander, this will be your, or if they do the Gemfall deck, this will be your event card. Sweet Still Hansel. This is the event or support card from the Corrupt deck. It's actually a pretty good little card right here, because it heals just randomly. And then this is the Master Collection card. Like I said, I absolutely hated this deck. If you did not have the Ultra Rare, this deck was a joke. But that is your event deck. Those are the things to come. Any questions? Again, feel free to ask, and good luck to everybody.